JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before getting to the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. St. Catherine man dies after motor vehicle plunges into rear cobra. A 58-year-old man died on Wednesday after his vehicle plunged into the rear cobra section of the Bogwalk Gorge. The deceased has been identified as Garfield Batts, a mechanical engineer of Rose Drive, Green Acres, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Reports from the Jamaica Constabulary Force Communications Network are that Batts was driving a Nissan Frontier along the Bogwalk Gorge when he allegedly lost control of the vehicle and it fell into the river. The incident reportedly happened around 6:30 a.m. The police and the Jamaica Fire Brigade were alerted and responded to the scene. A search was conducted and his motor vehicle located. Batts was subsequently taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Mongoose charged with murder at wake in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police have charged 25-year-old Siobhan McBean with murder following an incident at a wake in William Seal District in the parish on Saturday. 25-year-old labourer Kevin Robinson, otherwise called Maggie, of William Seal District, was killed in the incident. According to reports, about 1 a.m. on July 26, Robinson was at the wake when he got involved in an altercation with McBean, also known as Dudo and Mongoose. It was reported that during the altercation, McBean brandished a knife and stabbed Robinson 3 times in the chest. Robinson was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. An investigation was launched, which resulted in McBean's arrest. He was charged on Tuesday after being questioned in the presence of an attorney. His court date is being finalized. Man charged with creating public mischief and larceny of motor vehicle. A St. Thomas man has been arrested and charged after reportedly filing a false missing person report as part of a scheme to steal a motor vehicle. The accused is 29-year-old O'Shane Allen, otherwise called Alkaline, of Bath District, St. Thomas. The St. Thomas Criminal Investigations Branch says Allen made an agreement to rent a Toyota Axie motor car from a co-worker and made an initial deposit on the cost of the rental with a promise to pay the balance. On the agreed date for the payment of the balance, Allen called his co-worker claiming that a relative who had borrowed the vehicle was now missing. He subsequently filed a missing person stolen motor vehicle report on July 12 at the Morant Bay Police Station. An investigation was launched and it was revealed that the image and identity used of the missing person report was false. The police say Allen later confessed that he gave a false report and took investigators to the location of the vehicle where it was seen partially scrapped. The missing parts were later found by the police. Allen was summarily charged with creating public mischief and the larceny of motor vehicle. Fire forces closure of Court of Appeal building. The Court of Appeal building has been closed for the rest of the week after a fire Wednesday morning caused damage to its electrical infrastructure. The Judiciary of Jamaica says a comprehensive assessment of the damage is underway, but preliminary findings indicate the fire did not result in extensive structural damage. Director of Client Services, Communication and Information, Khadij Jared Fletcher, says reports confirm that the fire originated at the rear of the premises in an area where refuse had been accumulated and which is known to be frequented by homeless people at nights.
The judiciary will be engaging the relevant municipal and government authorities to urgently address both the management of waste in the vicinity of the court and the broader issue of the use of the premises by homeless persons at nights. We want to assure members of the public and all our stakeholders that the records of the court remain unaffected by the fire and all remain intact. In the interim, contingency measures have been put in place. Matters previously scheduled to be heard at the Court of Appeal will be accommodated at the Supreme Court building. All filings which are ordinarily made at the Court of Appeal are to be submitted at the Civil Registry of the Supreme Court.
Police constable arrested in gun trafficking probe. In a top-secret security operation early Tuesday morning, police arrested a constable suspected of being involved in gun trafficking in Florence Hill, St. Andrew, and even members of the raid team weren't fully briefed beforehand. The intelligence-led operation, executed by the St. Andrew North Police Division, went off without incident. 2 illegal guns, a Springfield 9mm pistol with 13 rounds, and a SCCY CPX-2 9mm pistol were seized from the constable's home. A follow-up search in Lawrence Southern turned up a third weapon, pushing the division's total gun seizures for the year to 42. The constable, reportedly with less than 2 years of service, is accused of selling illegal guns. The Jamaica Constabulary Foresight Command confirmed his arrest just before noon, but has withheld his identity pending further investigation. Florence Hill has long been plagued by gun violence linked to two rival gangs, the King Western and Florence Hill gangs, both tied to multiple shootings and murders. The arrest comes just weeks after police killed O'Shane Davidson, otherwise called Vache, a key figure in the King Western faction, during a confrontation in Portmore, St. Catherine. Police say the ongoing conflict has displaced criminals into neighboring areas, and intelligence suggests gunmen are being imported from Spanish Town to carry out attacks. In a related sweep following the arrest, the same team searched the nearby Mount Charles community, where they found a black shopping bag hidden in debris with a Taurus Armus 9mm pistol with serial number fixed inside an abandoned building. No arrests were made in connection with this find. Family in shock after machete attack on 13-year-old girl. A family was small and is reeling after a 13-year-old girl was viciously attacked and chopped approximately 7 times to her head and upper limbs. The teen remains in critical condition at hospital but is responsive. Relatives fear she may never regain full use of her hands. She's a very talented young individual with a bright future ahead of her. But never imagined something like this would happen to her, especially at such a young age, said her brother, Brandon Hibberts, speaking from the family's home in Cooley Town, Whitehall, near Negril. The young girl is set to start 8th grade in September. Now, her dreams have been put on hold as her family struggles to cope with the shocking incident. The girl is in a terrible situation right now, and the whole family is actually depressed and facing a rough situation right now because we never expect that, added Hibberts. The alleged attacker is reportedly from another section of the community known as Malhole. Relatives they were reluctant to speak, saying they know little about him. Police have not released official details, but Hibberts recounted what he had been told. I don't know if they were in any altercation or anything like that, or if they were together or whatever, but based on what me hear, then come in panic back and some arguments start, then all of that happen, he said. Despite her injuries, the teen is able to recognize and speak to family members. The accused man is reportedly in police custody. While her brother believes prison is the right punishment if he is found guilty, other residents say a harsher penalty should be considered for someone who could attack a child so brutally. One community member, Miss Mitchell, described the incident as devastating and offered sympathy to the girl's mother, a single parent often criticized in the past. The first time I hear people in the community stand up for the mother, she tries her best, but there's only so much she can do, Mitchell said. Relatives revealed that the girl had once left home and refused to return until police intervened. Her brother believes closer family ties might have helped prevent the tragedy. If she had interacted more with her family instead of strangers, maybe this wouldn't have happened, he said. Car wash employee in Mlands case identifies pictures. A worker at a car wash, where Constable Noel Maitland had reportedly taken his sofa to be washed, yesterday identified him in a photograph as the man whom she called Brown Man, who came to the car wash with the furniture. I said the man will bring in the sofa, she said, when asked to identify the person seen in the photograph. The woman had, however, previously failed to identify Maitland in court when asked to point out the man whom she had seen at the car wash. Maitland, who previously had a low-trim haircut, is now sporting short locks or short twists. The former employee of the Kingston-based car wash, who is testifying via video link in the Home Circuit Court, during her testimony last Tuesday, recalled that on July 13, 2022, the man whom she referred to as Brown Man arrived at the facility in a grey car, spoke with her briefly, and later returned to the sofa in a blue and white truck, accompanied by 2 other men. In her previous testimony, she recalled that the man was wearing a white t-shirt, brown shorts, and blue and white slippers. Asked yesterday to describe what the man, whom she called Brown Man, was wearing in the photo, she repeated what she had previously described. However, the shorts appeared to be cream-colored and not brown. The witness earlier told the court that, after the washing of the sofa was completed and Brown Man had left, police later came to the car wash and showed her some photographs which she had looked at and affixed her initials, which she yesterday identified. The witness had previously testified that after she had washed the sofa with a power wash, Maitland came and took the machine and started washing it for himself. While he was washing, the witness said she noticed blood-like rice grain seeping from the right corner of the sofa. She recollected that she was frightened and blurted out, "Jesus," and remarked aloud, "This a man almost dead and bleed out. Look like them kill somebody in it." However, she said no one responded. According to the witness, she believed it was blood based on its red color and the raw scent that accompanied it. The witness also recalled seeing a dark spot on the sofa, about the size of a June plum, even before she began washing. After the cleaning, she said the man washed his vehicle and drove off, leaving the sofa behind. The next day, she said the sofa was still there and swarming with flies. The place was very raw, she said, adding that she never saw the man again. Mlands is currently on trial in the Home Circuit Court. for the murder and alleged unlawful disposal of the body of his girlfriend, Donnelly Donaldson, was reported missing on July 13, 2022. Donaldson, 24, was a social media personality, a swimwear business owner, and a customer service representative. The trial will continue on September 16 when the Michaelmas court term resumes. The Easter term comes to a close on Friday. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.